What do I want? I want the truth! I want justice! I want...
I was born on a world where kindness was a myth, where mercy was a sickness culled from the cradle. Viltrum, a home not of people, but of weapons. From my first breath, I was shaped by war, sharpened by violence, taught that hesitation was death, taught that to live was to conquer. I rose through the crucible, the great purge, where brothers tore brothers apart, and only the strongest stood over the corpses. I survived, not by luck, by design. And when the stars themselves became the spoils of our empire, I led the charge. Planet after planet, civilization after civilization, burning, breaking, laughing at the weakness that I found there. But somewhere along the way, the banners, the orders, the empire, they ceased to matter. The war was the only thing that still sang to me. The fight was my only god. When the virus came, when half my people rotted from within, I remained. Scarred, blinded, but unbroken. When others built fleets, I became the fleet. When others needed armies, I needed only my bare hands. And so they unleashed me. One soldier, one planet, one final judgment. And on Earth, I found him. The boy. The one they dared to call invincible. Already broken from wars that were not meant for him. Already carrying the weight of a world that would die screaming. Yet still, he stood before me. Still, he dared to resist. The first blow I struck folded him in half. The crack of his ribs a welcome overture. I dragged him across beaches, shattered stone against his back. I threw him into towers that crumbled under our wrath. He fought. He bled. He screamed. When his brother intervened, I nearly tore the child apart, pulling at his limbs, testing how much hope a body could hold before it snapped. Mark came back for him, broken, burning, still foolish enough to believe there was anything left to save. From me. I battered him through cities. I hammered him into the earth until craters opened below our feet. But still, he rose. Then she came. The girl Eve, a spark of something more. She struck me with the force of a dying star, bent the air itself against me, tried to chain a force of war into the dirt. I shattered her defenses. I beat her down until her screams laced the ruins. I ripped through her armor and made Mark watch as love itself was broken at my feet. And in that moment, as he knelt there, blood soaking the sand, holding her broken body, something inside him changed. Grief hardened into rage, pain sharpened into purpose. He tore through my cybernetic arm with his bare hands. He bit into my flesh, savage, mindless, and still, I laughed. Even as she rose again, radiant, remade, burning with the power of a god, even as her light stripped the armor from my bones and the pride from my soul, I rose. Because I was conquest, because I was born for this. Mark shattered my jaw. He split my skull open with his forehead again and again, each blow driving me closer to the abyss. I caught his hand once, I crushed it into a pulp, but it only made him fiercer. He screamed into my face. He demanded me to answer him, but with one final, brutal strike, he silenced me. Forever. I felt my body betray me. I felt the darkness creeping in, but I smiled, because in that final moment, I finally understood. He was strong, Not because he cast aside weakness, but because he embraced it. Love, grief, hope, all the things that I had been taught to crush were the very things that made him invincible. And as death claimed me, I knew this was not failure, that this was the death I had earned, a death forged in true war, a death worthy of conquest.
I am him, ultra instinct, bitch, I'm going super saiyan. I can't trust an Android, my iPhone been ringing. I might go and cop another one, make my way to the Europeans, baby. I'll be back next weekend, only getting better every season. Since say la vie to my old girl, okay, one more time, then I'm leaving. Peace and deuces, truth is, I can't